Kizamde, hop on the beat!
If you've been keeping up with JoJo news this month, you'd know we actually have a lot going on right now. This month we saw the release of the first volume of the JoJo Lands, but with everything else that's come up recently, I think we actually have enough to go over in a video just to keep you guys informed. So let's take a quick look at what's new for JoJo in the coming months. First of all is the digital release of the Rohan at the Louvre movie. This is a continuation of the Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan TV drama that started at the end of 2020 and recently got its third season in 2022. Unlike the first two seasons, which were 3 episodes each, the third was only 2, but that's because the third episode ended up being expanded into a feature film adapting Araki's collaboration manga with the Louvre Museum. The movie released in Japanese theaters in May, but now it's finally getting released worldwide on Amazon Prime Video on September 22nd. If you don't already know, I'm a huge fan of the drama series and it's one of my favorite things to come out of JoJo in recent years. It does a really good job of adapting the Rohan stories while also making itself unique in its own right. One of its biggest changes is taking the character of Rohan's editor, Izumi Kyoka from Millionaire Village, and expanding her role to be present in all of the stories as a lead. She's one of the most likable characters, and I think this choice was so good that it even influenced Araki to have Izumi return in the recent Rohan chapters as well. Issei Takahashi as Rohan is of course the highlight of the show, and he's honestly perfect in the role. The series has adapted many of the Rohan manga chapters, but has also delved into one of the light novel short stories, as well as reinterpretations of some of Rohan's arcs in the Part 4 manga, like Cheap Trick and the Rock Paper Scissors Kid. I've made some videos going over the changes made to the first 2 seasons, so I recommend checking out those as well as the show itself since, as I said, it's actually really good. The entire thing is available officially on Prime Video. As for the movie, I think it looks amazing, and it's shot on location around Paris and inside the Louvre itself. It also features another actor playing young Rohan in the flashback scenes. If you live in Canada, you actually have the opportunity to see the movie translated in a theater, since it'll be shown on October 5th at the Japanese Canadian Cultural Centre in Toronto. I really hope we can see the same in America, since I'd love to watch it on the big screen. Next, we've finally gotten an update on something that feels almost particularly made for me, the stage musical adaptation of Phantom Blood releasing in February of next year. I'm someone who loves musicals, and I also have a great fondness for the stage show adaptations of anime or manga that I like. And as you probably may have guessed, I really love the JoJo anime character songs that were released for parts 1 to 3, and I even made one of them the intro to my channel. This was announced back in June, but there wasn't really much information about it back then. One notable thing though is that the director of the play is Nei Hasegawa, who was involved in another stage adaptation, Under Execution Under Jailbreak, which adapted the Araki one-shot of the same name, as well as another one, Dolce and His Master. This one actually got a physical release, so I'm hopeful that we'll see the same for Phantom Blood. This month we got the principal cast revealed for the musical, which gives us a better idea of what to expect. Some of the choices made here are really interesting, so let's get into it. First is Jonathan, played by 2 actors, Yuya Matsushita and Shotaro Arisawa. If you're wondering why there's 2 actors, this is actually pretty common in these types of plays to split up the schedule, probably since Jonathan is one of the most present and demanding roles in the play. Another example would be the recent Spy Family musical, which had 2 actors each for Lloyd and Yor, as well as 4 Anyas. Our first Jonathan actor, Yuya Matsushita, is previously known for playing Sebastian in a stage musical of Black Butler, and has since been fairly popular. He also appeared in the Japanese versions of other musicals like In the Heights. The other Jonathan is Shotaro Arisawa. He's been in a lot of plays but made his debut in an adaptation of the volleyball manga Haikyuu. Dio is played by Mamoru Miyano, a very well-known voice actor. His roles include Light Yagami from Death Note, Okabe from Steins Gate, Riku from the Kingdom Hearts series, Ryuji from Persona 5, Chrollo from the 2011 Hunter x Hunter, Ling Yao from Fullmetal Alchemist, and many others. Erina is played by Misha Shimizu, who has appeared in the Fist of the North Star musical as Mamiya, as well as a Japanese version of the musical for Beetlejuice. Speedwagon is played by Young Dice, a Japanese rapper and actor. You might know him for his role in Devilman Crybaby, and he also rapped in the show. This makes me think we could actually see Speedwagon rapping in the musical, which would be amazing. Zeppeli is also played by 2 actors. The first is Yoshihisa Higashiyama, a member of the vocal group Diamond Dogs. He also played Oscar von Ruhenthal in the 2011 stage play of Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and Rei Amayado in an adaptation of Hypnosis Mike. The other Zeppeli is Yusuke Hirose, who has had roles in musicals for Prince of Tennis and Saint Seiya. Jack the Ripper is played by Yamato Kochi, who has recently appeared in the drama series Vivint, as well as on stage in Japanese productions of Richard II and Hamlet. Wang Chan is played by Junpei Shimada. It's hard to find a lot of his roles, but I was able to see that he was in a stage play version of Metropolis, and also had an appearance in the recent Sentai series Dawn Brothers, and in a recent Fist of the North Star musical. Dario Brando is played by the voice actor Kong Kuwata, known for voicing Geese Howard from the King of Fighters series. Finally, we have George Joestar I, played by Tetsuya Besho. He's appeared in many roles over the years, and recently played Light's father in a Death Note musical. You may notice that some characters aren't included here, like Tarkus and Bruford. However, they are still mentioned in the summary on the website, and so their roles will probably be shown later. Overall, I think this cast is really good, and I'm excited to hear some of the singing later on. I really love the costumes, and I like that it seems more based on the manga than the anime. One really great detail is Dario's chest tattoo, which only ever appears in the manga. I'm really hoping we see a filmed version of this, since I'd love to cover it in detail in a video. Next is the announcement of a new JoJo-themed escape room game, this time themed around Part 6. We've previously seen escape rooms based on Parts 3, 4, and 5, two of which featured original characters with new stands as the antagonists. This one is called Escape from JoJo's Bizarre Nightmare. The premise is that Jolene and the others are trapped inside of a dream world by a mysterious stand user. It seems like this one will also have a new original stand user, so I'd love to see what kind of design and stand we get out of it. The Part 3 escape room actually had a run in the United States at Anime Expo, although the same wasn't true for the Part 5 one, likely due to COVID happening around that time. I hope we can see this one make it overseas as well, since I'd love to try it out. Our next news is that Avdol is being added to the game JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Last Survivor. If you haven't already heard of this, it's a battle royale JoJo game exclusive to Japanese arcades, featuring characters from parts 3 to 6 of JoJo. Avdol was announced during the New Generation Championship 2023 livestream. A new costume was also added to the game of Kakyoin wearing his sunglasses. Our other big JoJo game news is that Abbacchio was confirmed as the first character on the Season 2 pass for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. I assumed this to be the case in my video going over my predictions for the pass, although it was a pretty easy choice. He actually uses a pretty interesting mechanic where you can save and replay a move with Moody Blues. The trailer features him fighting against Diavolo in his soccer player disguise costume. His super is also really great and is based on the scene of him, Narancia, and Mista kicking the guy on the ground. It's great to finally see him added after he was skipped over for both the original All-Star Battle and the Knights of Heaven, since he's one of my favorite characters in the series. The two remaining characters on the pass will be from Part 4 and Part 8. Go ahead and check out my full prediction video on the subject if you want to hear my full thoughts on who they might be. That's all the JoJo news for now, but be sure to keep up with the channel by subscribing and clicking the bell since I'll be covering anything else new that comes up. You can also join the Hum and Beat Discord to be updated when new videos release. I'd also appreciate if you support the channel on Patreon, where you can receive rewards like Discord perks and the opportunity to submit questions. I answer questions at the end of my main videos and they'll later be compiled into a full Q&A video, which is actually coming very soon. If you want to submit a question, you can join the Patreon at any tier and submit them via my page's Member Post tab. Thank you for watching. This is the part of the video where I thank my $5 and up patrons. Thank you to Alex Ramirez, Doorbell, Crayon, Rigo Vids, Zucato, Pumpkin Doge, Marrow, Almighty Quarth, Cowrie, Gatling Grove, Lime Jinjo, 17 Hit Combo, Sponge Cake, Cakext, Feliciano Rabaja, Rayana Meme, Christian McDonough, Navi, Emmanuel Etienne, Pulse Dog, Great Riek, D, Dr. Zombie, Carmo Trina, Hunter Gill, Adam Grogan, and Zach G.